Hello, it's Laura Barkman with LB Unleash Your Creativity, and I am here with you today to share a recording of a mystery card. So I would have posted the graphic yesterday of the mystery card that we are doing, and I've got all the pieces on my workspace. We're going to have a look at them in a moment. I hope you're going to play along with me. I'm sorry I couldn't join you live. I had another commitment tonight, but if I can't join you live, I will record a video ahead of time. So that's what I've done today, and I hope you have some fun with this. All right, let's pop on down to my work surface here and take a look at our pieces. So we have, sorry about the glare, there's a little bit of a glare on the table, but we're going to work with it. We have got a few pieces of paper. So I will be using 2 strips of paper, and one is 1 inch by 5 1/8 of an inch. The other is 1 1/4 by 5 1/8 inch. So these are going to be used, I'm going to use my greeting on here. So when you're choosing your greeting, make sure you get a nice large greeting. I am going to use It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year from the Sweet Candy Canes stamp set. You will also notice that I have some template papers here. So I have used Kylie Bucci's idea of creating standard card sizes for the layers, and I will be using those when we are playing with the mystery cards. So what you will see over here is your standard card base. Now I have it in the garden green, and mine is going to open in this orientation. And that is your standard 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card front. And I have cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. The next piece I have is going to be our layer 2. So that is 5 1/4 by 4, and it is this red piece here. So layer 2, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to be doing with that. Same thing with layer 3. We're probably going to layer these up. So layer 3 is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So those I'm just going to tuck away into my little bag of goodies here so that I don't lose them, and they're organized in where they need to be for next time. So this particular card design is a really simple layering design, and your DSP, Designer Series paper, is going to be the showcase of this pattern. So just pick something in your stash. I know you have DSP that you need to use. If you're anything like me, you probably have about 500 sheets that you need to use up. So I know you can find some. This is a really quick, easy card that you can play along with me for. I'm going to grab my Stamp and Seal, which is this guy here, and I'm also going to grab my tear tape. So I'm going to need that, and I've got some ribbon, so I'm also going to pull out some glue dots. Let's get the stamping done first, and then we've got that out of the way. So I'm just going to move all of those layers aside. This is the piece that I have chosen to stamp on, and I'm using my garden green ink because garden green is my base color. And oh, I should have said the candy cane paper here, my DSP is current. It is from the Sweetest Christmas, and it's got lots of lovely different DSPs in it. So I know that these guys here can be cut out of the DSP using the die set that goes along with the Sweetest candy cane stamp. And then the flip side of that piece has this diagonal on it, which is so nice and neutral. And I know that the patterns for these diagonals were all pulled from tea towels or other Christmas linens. So that's where the designers got those ideas. This one here is your white and red candy canes, and then on the flip side of that, we've got this green diagonal. I'm just going to flip that underneath. Then we've got this multicolored diagonal in the real red, pool party, and garden green. And on the flip side of that, we have lovely polka dots. So then again, we go back to some diagonal stripes and some green. These aren't really dots, they're more of a tear shape. So, but you still got some dots style paper on there. And then the red and the white diagonals along with some diamond dots. And I think this is our last one. This is our green diagonals, and on the flip side of that, we have the red and white candy canes. I may have already showed you that one. But those are our patterns, and then of course the DSP that I'm using is this one here. You can see I've used a lot of that, and then it's got a standard red and white stripe on the back side. So that is that DSP package. I quite like it. It's a nice neutral for Christmas. You can mix and match it with so many of our different cards. Oh my, that is a juicy, juicy wet guy. That's okay. That ink pad is pretty darn juicy. I'm going to flip that over. There is a mark on that side. All right, so I've just lined it up to my grid paper, or my grid mat here, so that I know that that is straight, and then I can just line the stamp up right in the middle of that paper, and miraculously I did not get ink all over the place, so that is awesome. Just going to wipe that off and close up my ink pad so we don't get ink anywhere else. And now we are just going to layer up these cards. So it's nice, simple, quick cards. If you are looking for quick cards for Christmas, then this is a really simple design for you. And I know I was talking to some of my team members, and Christmas can be a really overwhelming time, or the winter holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas per se. It can be a really overwhelming time to create cards for, because you likely are sending out to 40, 50, sometimes 100 people, depending on how many family members you're sending out to, or other people on your mailing list. So it's just a good idea to get a little bit of a head start on it, and keep your designs simple so that you can mass produce these guys and get them out there. So that's what I am doing here today. We are just going to pull all the papers off of here and pop them right down on this other strip. So again, these are both 5 1/8 inches long. So they're going to line up end to end, but there should be a really nice border on that, okay? Then we are going to take our designer series paper, and we are going to layer that onto our red layer. So just like this. That is going to go right over top of this piece here. Oh. Oopsie. Okay, there we go. I got that layer down. Then I'm going to layer this on top. So it's just going to go from end to end on the designer series paper. And I'm going to layer that on with some tear tape again. So just tear from that end, lay that down. If you do play along with me tonight, please post a picture of your cards in the comments for this video. I would love to see them. I think this is a super simple, easy, straightforward card style. And easy to play along with. All right, let's lay this one down. I'm going to go about a third or so of the way up. Okay, and then I'm just going to lay that down there like that. And then I'm going to add a bit of ribbon. Do I want to add ribbon? Maybe I don't want to add ribbon. Could have ribbon at the top. Let's just see what this looks like. I was going to add ribbon, but now I'm thinking I want to keep it kind of simple and not extend that red space out. Yeah, you know what? I'm abandoning the ribbon on mine, but you do you. If you want ribbon on yours, you go ahead and add that layer. I've decided that is just not the look that I'm looking for. But I am going to, no, I'm going to keep this single layer. This is going to be a super simple, quick and easy card one that you can go back to time and again to, like I said, show off that designer series paper, and it is not going to cost you extra to mail because there are only 3 layers to this card on the card front, and because I'm using a colored base, I would layer a piece of white cardstock in there. Actually, we are going to do that. I thought I had one cut, but I do not see it on my desk. Oh, but I can cut it from here. That's fine. Okay. Pull this guy in. Whoops. All right. I like placing this with my card back open just so that I can really get a nice placement on the card front and really well centered. Okay, so that's gone down there. Now I did pull out some decorative matte dots that I had from last year. I can't remember what set this went with. Sweetest Stockings, I think. But I didn't want sparkly on here. So I pulled these out. Check your stash. See what you've got. You never know what you might find. And I'm just going to lay some. These are actually cherry cobbler, but because they've got this multi like ombre style coloring, it's not going to matter. Nobody's going to know that it's not an exact match to the real red because there's a little bit of ombre style there. So I just added those matte dots. I wanted something matte. If you want matte, you can always add the black ones that are in this year's catalog. So that was pretty simple and easy. I'm not sure why my computer's still trying to go to sleep. Don't want it to go to sleep while I'm recording. So now I'm going to take this white piece and I'm going to create a layer for inside. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and we are going to create that layer at 5 1/4. So let me cut the 5 1/4 first. And then I'm going to layer that into the 4. Okay, so that would be like my layer 1. And I'm going to glue that in there. But before I do that, let's just see, maybe we want candy cane on the inside? Maybe we'll do a red candy cane. Where's my red ink? Real red. Is this big enough? That is. Good thing I cleaned my stamps off. Okay, that one can go away. And let's just move this out of the way for the moment. Grab that red ink. And I'm just going to stamp this on that inner corner. There we go. I haloed a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's a hand-stamped card. Sometimes we cannot stamp perfectly, right? Okay, clean that puppy off and close up that red ink. And let's get my tear tape. And my tool here to pull the backing off. And this is going to be done in a jiffy. So this one took me probably 15, well, the video is probably going to be about 15 minutes long by the time I finish it, but this is definitely one that you can assembly line and just run a bunch of these out. So there is the front and that is the inside. I could totally stamp a greeting in here. I've got wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always, or may the good times of today be cherished memories of tomorrow. That would look super cool inside here and just finish this card off really nicely. So I hope that you enjoyed the mystery stamping tonight, and I hope that you are stamping along with me. And again, please share your pictures below. I don't think there was any stamping news today, but I do have my retreat coming up. So registration is currently open, and I can put a link in the comments from today's video. And if you want to join me, it's $85. We are going to work with the sweet gingerbread stamp set and make some really cool projects. So I really hope that you'll join me. I know I have a few registrants already, but I'm really hoping to max out my registration limit, which is 6 people. So I'm about 2 or 3 away from that. So I hope that you will join me for that. Until next time, though, I wish you some happy stamping and some great creativity. Bye now.